India's capital city, New Delhi, played host to the 5th event on the 2014 Professional Golf Tour of India calendar, with the Asian Tour also teeing off its new season in the bustling metropolis. The Hello Delhi Golf Club welcomed the region's top-billed golfers as they got ready to fight it out for the 7th edition of the SAIL-SBI Open. A galaxy of golfing stars descended in New Delhi for the prestigious SAIL-SBI Open presented by Incredible India Ministry of Tourism. With the PGTI season catching up speed, it was the perfect opportunity for its players to test their skills against the best golfers in Asia. The $300,000 SAIL-SBI Open attracted a stellar lineup of stars from the Asian Tour, with 5 players from the top 10 of last year's final Order of Merit and 13 of the top 20 featuring in this popular tournament. Title holder Anirban Lahiri, who finished 3rd on the Asian Tour merit list last season, was spearheading the local hopes as the Bangalore-based golfer was shooting for a historic hat-trick of victories on the Asian Tour.
Coming back to DGC, you always have to start from scratch. I keep telling everyone, beginning of a new season, last season gets wiped out, so I have to start from the beginning again. 72 fresh holes to play. So for me, I think the strategy is the same. The game plan is the same, and I just hope I can play well and execute it well and give myself a chance on Saturday. I don't really expect anything more from myself than that.
One of Lahiri's chief rivals from earning a place in Asian golf panels was Bangladeshi Mohammad Sidikur Rahman, who triumphed in the DGC when he won the Hero Indian Open in November 2013. Over the past 4 seasons, Sidikur had finished top 10 on the merit list on 3 occasions, with 2013 being his best.
Actually, just from now, I just want to follow my 2013 because that was the best memory so far. So I just want to follow 2013 in future for my golf career.
Thailand's Prom Misawat also entered the tournament as one of the hot favourites after a great year that saw him finish 8th on the Asian rankings. He had also finished runners-up to Lahiri in the 2012 SAIL-SBI Open. But the Big Dolphin, as he's popularly called, was well aware of the tricky task at hand.
We're playing this golf course many times, and especially SAIL Open, Hero Honda, or Panasonic. And from last time I came second. This course you must play. You must have a good tee shot especially from the tee. You must be very patient. You have to hit a lot of irons from the tee box, and you must get your ball in play. It's very difficult to play in this golf course. You must very strong mental game on this golf course.
India's rising star Rashid Khan, who lost to Lahiri in a playoff in the previous edition, was also back to challenge for the tournament as a full member of the Asian Tour. Also in the mix were former Order of Merit champions Thawon Viratchat of Thailand and India's Jyoti Randhawa as they returned to the venue where they had tasted victory in the past. With a lot at stake during the tournament week, the Delhi Golf Club provided the perfect setting to what was said to be an absorbing week of golf. Last year's runners-up, Rashid Khan fired a spectacular 11 under par 61 to snatch the early first-round lead. The 23-year-old nailed 9 birdies and 1 eagle for his career lowest round, which was 1 shot shy of the course record and the Asian Tour's lowest 18-hole mark. Sri Lanka's Mithun Pereira and 2014 qualifying school winner Akinori Tani of Japan shot matching 66s to trail the runaway leader.
It's like I'm born here. I've been playing here for the last 13, 14 years. It's been, yeah. So I know this golf course really well. I play every single day. I play 9 holes. I mean, I never miss my 9 holes on each day. And so yeah, that's what really works. And I know this golf course really well. So, and on a putting green, that's the advantage on me for me. So yeah, it works really well.
Australia's Scott Barr came in with a 67 to tie for the 4th place with Siddiqur Rahman on 5 under, 6 shots behind the leader. SSP Chaurasia led a group of 11 players on 4 under, while the defending champion was way back in the tied 31st spot after a disappointing 2 under opening round. Things were just hotting up in Delhi as the tournament action continues on the other side of the break, and we interview one of the most consistent golfers on the PGTI. The Professional Golf Tour of India was in New Delhi in February 2014 for the co-sanctioned event with Asian Tour, the SAIL-SBI Open. Rashid Khan overcame a double bogey to shoot a 3 under par 69 in the second round as he kept a firm grip of the tournament at the halfway stage. The 23-year-old, who opened his campaign with a stunning 61, struggled with an outward 37 but charged home with an eagle and 2 birdies at the Delhi Golf Club to stay 4 clear of the others. His 2-day total of 14 under par 130 kept him ahead of Bangladeshi star Siddiqur Rahman, Mithun Pereira of Sri Lanka and Australia's Unho Park. Switzerland's Martin Rominger charged into contention with a brilliant 63 to lie 5 shots back, while 2-time champion Lahiri kept himself in the hunt with a bogey-free 66 to lie 6 back.
I'm very, very happy. I mean, I know the course very, very well. I mean, I've come here for the last 7 or 8 years, so I've played it plenty of times, so I should know a little bit where to go and where not to. So that's definitely one of the advantages I have, but it's still a difficult test, and I'm very happy with my score today.
Siddiqur, who had qualified to represent Team Asia in the inaugural Eurasia Cup in Malaysia next month, shot a second straight 67 to give himself another chance of winning at the fabled Delhi Golf Club. Like the second round leader, Pereira was also chasing a maiden Asian Tour victory, and 3 closing birdies kept him hot on Khan's heels. Still riding on the confidence of the 2014 Louis-Philippe Cup triumph was Mithun's Navratna Ahmedabad teammate Vikrant Chopra. Position tied 18th after a second round, Vikrant was still basking in the win's glory after defending the tournament successfully.
It always feels good to win it again, and on paper everyone was saying we are the underdogs. So winning it again actually feels good, and it gave me actually a lot of confidence because I wasn't playing well last year in the later part of the year. So all in all, it's been a good start to the year, so I'm very happy about it.
Vikrant started the LP Cup in Mumbai after an injury layoff late last season and was not in the best of forms, but that did not prove to be a deterrent for the Delhi-based golfer.
I had just gone for the Asian Tour Q School, and I had just gone to my coach, Mr. Jesse Garwal, and I wasn't feeling that good, and I didn't qualify for the Asian Tour as well. So coming into the tournament, was a bit tough, and but my sponsors they gave me a lot of confidence, and every evening me and my teammates, we used to sit down and discuss a few things, and I had to go there and shoot good numbers. That's what was on my mind. So yes, it came through.
Having been part of the pro circuit since 2005, the 33-year-old was still striving for his maiden win on the top tier.
I think I'm not being able to put 4 rounds together, you know, and I just need to practice more and focus on my mental aspect of the game. So hopefully I'm going to do that this year, and I've had some consistent outings in many tournaments. So I still have that confidence going. So hopefully this year let me work on a few things and I'll get back to it.
Unlike other golfing stories, Vikrant's initiation into the game was of a different kind.
I started actually very late, you know. I was in my college when I started. I was 18. So once I got into it, and I never looked back, and I'm very thankful to my sponsors, ONGC, who picked me up when I was just right out of college, and that gave me a lot of support. And as an amateur, I really worked hard and thrived to do better day by day. And I think in the year 2004, I was #1 amateur, which gave me a lot of confidence to turn professional.
After tasting success as an amateur, it was no surprise that Vikrant created waves post his induction into the big league.
I started off with Indian Open as a professional, and then played the Ambi Valley Masters. So there were 2 big events for me at the very start of my career. And I played well at the Ambi Valley Masters, and then went on to Dig Boy, where I actually finished second, which was my about 4th tournament if I remember correctly. And that gave me a lot of confidence, and rubbing shoulders with the likes of Ashok Kumar and Shamim Khan at that point of time. I was just turned professional. So that gave me a lot of confidence, and I thought I could play here. So I've been at it for a while. I just have to put it together now.
2013 saw Vikrant post some positive performances on the PTTI, but that win still remained elusive.
When you don't win, you try and change things, and then actually when you try and change things, it takes a lot of time to get back to it, and that's what happened with me. And last year, unfortunately, I was injured, and I was playing well. I had about 5 top 10 finishes in 7 events in the very beginning of the year. So then I got injured. So just that I need to put it together, and I'm feeling more confident about my game, and let's see what happens this year.
Vikrant Chopra has been knocking on the door for quite some time now, and it won't be a surprise if he gets his answer with some silverware in the near future. A gloomy Delhi welcomed the players at the start of the 3rd and penultimate round. Second round sensation Martin Rominger started a 70 to take his tally to 11 under to sit at the tied 3rd position. Defending champion Lahiri was still clinging on to his historic hat-trick hope as he made a good start to the round to move to 11 under at the turn. But then the heavens opened and play was called off with Pereira and Rashid Khan locked in battle at 13 under. Lahiri continued the 3rd round the next day with a disappointing double bogey on the 13th, but a birdie later saw him end with a 69 for a tied 3rd position along with Rominger. Mithun was also a victim of the torrential rain coming in with a 40 for a 73 3rd round total to fall to sole 6 on 9 under. But it was business as usual for Siddiqur Rahman as another 67 saw him eat into Rashid's lead with his brilliant chip and eagle on 14, spurring off the Bangladeshi. Even with all the pressure on his back, local lad Rashid Khan sprinted home with a 33 for a 2-shot cushion going into the final round. The 23-year-old now stood on the brink of his maiden Asian Tour triumph with Siddiqur hot in the heels.
Well, it was a lovely morning so far, and I played really good rest 10 holes. I started from hole number 9, so I played really good. Even though I got a good luck on number 14. I got a second shot was push and came into the bunker and chipped in. So it was all over. It was great, and I'm so happy for my consistent round 5 under, 5 under, 5 under.
England's Steve Luton's 68 saw him climb up to the 5th position with a 10 under 206 total. 2010 SAIL Open champion Rickard Karlberg carded a 67 to share the 7th spot with 3 other players at 8 under. Can Rashid hold off Anirban and Siddiqur when it matters the most? Highlights from the nail-biting final round coming up next. In February 2014, the PGTI made a pit stop in New Delhi for the 7th edition of the SAIL-SBI Open at the historic Delhi Golf Club. Positioned sole second overnight, Bangladesh's Siddiqur Rahman made a perfect start to the final round with an eagle on the first hole to join Rashid Khan in the lead at 17 under. Defending champion Anirban Lahiri was also fast off the blocks with 2 birdies in the opening holes. But the Asian Tour regular carded a bogey on the 4th to drop to 12 under. The 2010 SAIL Open winner Rickard Karlberg started the day 9 shots off the pace at 8 under, but the Swede had a fruitful front 9 of 3 under to inch closer to the top at 11 under with 9 holes still to play. Rashid made a move on the 7th hole. The DGC golfer made a birdie on the par 3 to move to 18 under, 1 stroke ahead of Siddiqur. Sri Lanka's Mithun Pereira showed promise at the start of the final round to move to 10 under at one stage. But a double bogey at the turn saw the burly Lankan's challenge for a top 5 finish fade, and he had to settle for a tied 8th spot at 9 under. The lead did not last too long for Rashid as the 23-year-old dropped a shot on the 9th to hand Siddiqur the joint lead once again. Karlberg, who was playing 9 groups ahead of the leaders, finished on 12 under 276 after adding another birdie on the 14th. A 4 under final day helps the former champion with a chance of a top 5 finish. Another good performer on the final day was Spain's Carlos PM, whose 4th round 68 saw him finish at 11 under. Joining him on that score was Switzerland's Martin Rominger, who could not improve on his overnight score to tie for 4th along with PM and SSP Chaurasia. Rominger's playing partner Anirban had a disastrous run of 4 bogeys from the 11th, which resulted in the defending champion finish on a disappointing 9 under 279. Local favourite Rashid slipped on the 13th, missing a par putt to drop to 16 under, making Siddiqur the sole leader for the first time in the week. But luck shone on Rashid on the 17th after his misjudged tee got a good bounce and rolled. He carded an easy birdie later to go even with Siddiqur on 17 under with just 1 hole to play. The pressure was back on Siddiqur with all the home support behind Rashid, but the Bangladeshi hit a perfect approach on the final hole to set up a birdie. Rashid matched Siddiqur's brilliance as his 3rd shot almost ended at the same spot as his playing partner. After Rashid sank his birdie putt, it was Siddique's turn to hold this to enforce a playoff. And he did just that to take it back to the 18th tee for another playoff decider of the SAIL-SBI Open. So it was the third consecutive occasion that the tournament winner was to be crowned after a playoff. Rashid and Siddique finished on 18 under 270, with Siddique carding a final round 69 and Rashid managing only a 71. England's Steve Luton was sole 7th at 10 under, while the defending champion Anirban Lahiri, Jyoti Randhawa, Mithun Pereira and Abhijit Chadha ended on 9 under for the tied 8th position. Encouraged by the home crowd, Rashid reached the green with a second shot on the playoff hole. With Siddique left with a birdie putt, the pencil-thin golfer had his chance to seal it with an eagle putt. It did not drop though, but victory was almost certain for the local lad. Siddique had a consolation birdie chance, but the 2013 Hero Indian Open winner could not manage to hold it, leaving Rashid with an easy tap-in to seal his maiden Asian Tour victory. And it was as easy as it gets for the 23-year-old as he laid to rest the playoff ghost that had been troubling him for quite some time.
This is my home course and I was really waiting for the first victory on my home course only. I lost 2 tournaments in a playoff, Built and SAIL Open, the same tournament last year. And this time I won in a playoff. I'm really happy with it. Yeah, when I had a birdie on 17th, I mean, yeah, I thought I have a chance to make birdie on 18 and get in a playoff, but I had a birdie and he also made I had to hold a good putt on 18th hole, and even he also had a good putt. I mean, yeah, and it was a playoff. I mean, I actually don't like going in a playoff. I have played around 7 playoffs in, I think, last 14-15 months, and I lost 4. So you can imagine how scared I was in playoff. Yeah, but finally breakthrough.
So that's a wrap on another edition of Inside the PGTI as we congratulate Rashid Khan on his maiden win on the Asian Tour.